When God stops your life, it's not rejection, it's protection. Something holy is about to begin.
Sometimes heaven halts your steps because the next move must be guided, not rushed.
God pauses what you built, so He can rebuild what truly belongs to your destiny. This stop is not the end. It is the moment heaven tries to get your attention.
You were not slowed down, Dyer. You were held in place for a divine purpose you cannot see yet.
God will freeze your momentum when continuing forward would destroy you. This stillness is not accidental. Heaven intervenes when your spirit is heading toward danger.
Every divine interruption begins with a holy stop. And this is only the beginning.
When God shakes your life, He is breaking what was built on the wrong foundation.
Every unstable thing in your life begins to tremble when God is about to shift your path.
Heaven shakes the environment around you before it changes the direction within you.
What you feel as chaos is actually divine alignment, rearranging your story.
God shakes what is not rooted in Him, so that only the truth remains standing.
The shaking is a signal. Heaven is removing what cannot go with you into your future.
When the shaking stops, clarity begins. Prepare for the next phase. Sometimes God closes doors, not to reject you, but to redirect you from what was never meant for your destiny.
You were protected, Heidi.
Closed doors are divine messages. This path is no longer yours.
The city was a labyrinth of secrets, and I was about to turn another dark corner.
When everything shuts at once, heaven is removing you from environments that can't carry your calling. Some doors close because you outgrew them, Ra. Your spirit no longer fits where you once settled. God ends chapters violently sometimes, because you would never leave if he didn't break the exit. When God shuts every way behind you, it means only one direction remains: forward.
The closed doors are not the end of your story. They are the beginning of your alignment.
When God disrupts your life, he is not punishing you, Storid. He is pulling you out of a story that no longer carries your future. Divine disruption feels like chaos, but it is heaven rearranging everything around you.
God removes the paths you would have chosen for him to reveal the path you were born for.
When God interrupts, he is rewriting your alignment, shifting you back to the coordinates of purpose. He destroys what was behind you so you will never return to what you were meant to leave.
Divine disruption is God's hand moving you forward when you would have stayed stuck.
Every disruption is a deliverance in disguise.
When God redirects you, he narrows your path, not to limit you, but to guide you into destiny. He places signs beneath your feet, so you cannot mistake the path he chose for you.
Redirection comes with a gentle push. God moves your spirit before he moves your circumstances.
He leads you upward, because destiny can only flourish on higher ground.
Your future is not behind you. It is always calling from places you've never been.
Redirection gives you bridges where there used to be barriers. Redirection always leads to revelation.
When God separates you, he pulls you away from what drains your spirit so you can grow in silence.
Not everyone can follow you into destiny. Some were only assigned to your past.
Separation breaks invisible ties you didn't even know were holding you back.
God isolates you not to punish you, but to reshape you. He erases what wounded you, so your heart can breathe again. God protects you by separating you from places and people that cannot go where He is sending you.
Separation prepares you for breaking. Before God elevates you, He breaks what is breaking you.
The breaking removes the version of you that was shaped by pain, fear, and old patterns.
God shatters the shell around your heart, so the true you can finally breathe.
What falls away was never meant to stay. Breaking is the birth of renewal.
It hurts because God is removing what you once depended on, but can no longer carry.
Breaking is God restructuring your foundation for the future He designed.
The old identity must die, so purpose can live.
When the breaking ends, clarity begins.
Revelation comes when your heart is quiet enough to hear what God has been saying all along.
In Revelation, God shows you the reason for the breaking, the stop, the redirection.
He reveals the path ahead. Not all details, but enough to guide your next step.
Revelation is God's confirmation. You were never lost, only being repositioned.
Heaven aligns itself with your purpose when God reveals what is truly yours.
Be careful what you wish for.
Every closed door now makes sense. Revelation exposes what was hidden in your confusion.
When revelation comes, peace replaces panic, and clarity pushes out fear.
Revelation is never the end. It is the beginning of building.
Once God reveals the truth, He begins to rebuild everything the right way.
The building starts with foundation. God restores what life tried to break.
You place each step in faith, and heaven secures it with purpose.
God.
What God builds in you now prepares you for the person you are becoming. Growth accelerates when God is the architect. What took years now rises in moments.
The rebuilding is not about restoring your old life. It is about revealing your destined life.
And when the building phase is complete, God leads you to the future He preserved for you.
This is the future God saved you for. The path you could never reach by staying where you were.
God removes the weight of what once held you, so you These doors didn't exist before. God created them specifically for your calling.
Where He is taking you is bigger, higher, and holier than the life you prayed for.
God equips you with everything you need to step into the destiny He preserved.
Your future self is waiting, stronger because you endured the interruption and trusted God through it.
The divine interruption was not the end. It was the beginning of the life God saved for you.